Hi everyone. I want to do one more video for you today. And so you can have a collection of videos to look at while we are on this spiritual journey. So each topic that Spirit has for us is a collective of us strengthening our spiritual journey and getting to know who we really are and working toward being our best. That's something we all should strive for, is working toward being our best. Even during difficult times, always work toward being your best. So I'm going to get right into it. So the affirmation I have is I'm good enough. I am good enough. And you are good enough. You're good enough to live in this world and learn each and every day. Hi, Jay. You are good enough to know how beautiful you are inside. You are good enough to um, want to be happy. You're good enough. Just the way you are good enough. So, affirmations. I am good enough. That's an affirmation you should keep. I know we're going to be having a lot of different affirmations, and if whoever comes into the chat, you have an affirmation, put it down in the chat. An affirmation. And we have to work on ourselves all the time. Have to work on ourselves. That is a good message, Jay. I am good enough. Because you are good enough. What message do you have for us, Spirit? Please subscribe to the channel. This is the channel of us coming together to support each other as we go on our this spiritual journey to raise our vibration, to raise our energy, our spirit, to open up our heart, and our mind, our body, and release our souls so we can be in good spirit and good joy and good happiness, you know. So this is a challenge to support one another. And the messages that Spirit sends us is guidance. It's guidance to help us to live our best life. So hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. And become a part of this spiritual journey family. Now, I asked about my spiritual journey. You know, each and every one of us have different spiritual journeys. And the reason why we have different spiritual journeys is because we're different people. And our spiritual journeys are different also because of the way we think. So if you are a positive thinker, then you're on the right track as far as increasing and developing your spiritual journey. Because spirit is all about love. It's all about forgiveness. All about happiness and peace. And living in that light, living in that positive energy, that positive mindset. That's what spirit is all about. And spirit wants us to move away from negative energy. That includes negative people, places, or things. So if we can tap into the gift that we have within, we all have the gifts. That's why I said we're good enough. That affirmation, I am good enough, you are good enough because you are a gifted, loving person within inside yourself, and that's who you have to get to know as you develop yourself spiritually. So Jay's question, may I answer about my spiritual journey? We all have different spiritual journeys, but the one key thing about our spiritual journey is love. Opening up our hearts, loving ourselves. That's a huge spiritual journey within itself, is loving ourselves. Loving a higher power, loving each other, and having peace, joy, and happiness in your life. So that's the spiritual journey that we are going on this channel. And you should want to go on. So Spirit, can you please give me a card for guidance on our spiritual journey? Can you please give me a card for guidance on our spiritual journey? Can you please give me a card? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your peace. Thank you for joy. Thank you for all the support that you give us. The message, let's see what Spirit has to say. Commitment. Commitment. On my previous video, I was talking about how, hold on for a second, let me fix this. Ooh, I messed something up. Jay is saying Jay has a lot of love, able to forgive everything, as we should. As we should. That's a part of our spiritual journey, is forgiveness. But commitment. Spirit wants us to be more committed. It seems like in the previous video today, and we were talking about I was talking about Spirit wants us to be committed. When you have commitment to something, you dedicate yourself to it. So Spirit wants you to dedicate yourself and be committed to this spiritual journey that we're going on. You have to be committed. When you're committed to something, you achieve it. When you decide this is how I want to live my life, spiritually living in the light, you can achieve it. Just stay committed to it. No matter how difficult it may get, or how many challenges you may go through, because that's a part of life, right? Life has challenges and obstacles. You can't get past that. But when you're committed to something, you become successful at it. You succeed in it. So Spirit wants us to be committed. I'm going to read the extended version of commitment, which is self-explanatory. Your dedication at this time is in question. When you have put your heart and soul into it, you have reaped the rewards and you will have so much to offer. You have to have focus, not be afraid or have fear. Like I said, we all go through different things. We all go through different challenges, so that's a part of life. So if you're afraid of something, part of your spiritual journey is to conquer that fear, to face that fear. Because we all have fears. We all have doubts. But you have to conquer those. You have to work on those. And in order to conquer those fears, you have to be committed to facing those fears. You have to be committed to when you have doubt about something. Face it. You know, within ourselves, we have um, the dark side and light side. We all do. And you have to, in order to have victory over that dark side, you have to deal with that. You have to deal with the emotions that comes with that dark side. You know, sometimes when we are emotional about something, we want to push our emotions to the side because we don't want to deal with it. Now, is there a time? Is there baby steps? I always talk about baby steps. Everything is baby steps. You don't have to leap so hard or so far. You can't. Take baby steps, but as long as you're working towards facing your fears and your doubts, stay committed to dealing with it. And that's what Spirit is talking about, commitment. Because it's just like when you are going to school and the work is hard. Education can be challenging. Some it's a piece of cake. Some people can breeze through school. Some can't. But as long as you stay committed to it, you'll achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. You can achieve it. Definitely, anything and everything that I talk about as far as the message that Spirit sends to me, Jay, it applies to me. That's why I say this journey is our journey. It's my journey, it's your journey. It applies to all of us. I have to be committed to everything too. If I want to grow spiritually, I have to be committed to it. Will there be times when I'm just tired and I might say, well, maybe I don't want to be committed today. You gotta, as soon as you not fall off, get back up. And that song, I can't think of Donnie McClurkin, I think, sings it. We fall down, but we get up. There'll be times when you're going to fall. But you get back up and stay committed. And the more you stay committed, the more successful you will become. And you'll be proud of yourself that you stayed committed, that you stayed in it, you didn't let go. Because you're achieving your goals every step that you take. You're achieving your goals. The goal don't put the time on your goals, the spiritual journey wise. Don't put time on it because sometimes we want everything to be right now. That's our nature. But when you take your time, go within, meditate, sit quietly, listen to your breathing so you can hear what Spirit has to say to you, because Spirit is always talking, always guiding us. But the message today, what Spirit wants us to do is stay committed to your journey, your spiritual journey. Stay committed. Because you will get there. And when you get there, you'll feel your heart open up. And your heart is free to love. That's huge. Because your heart is connected to your mind, your body, and your spirit. When your thinking has changed, our previous video Spirit was talking about shifting your perception, changing the way you think. When you change the way you think, Jay says, my only fear is I am not good. I'm not good. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. That's one of the biggest things that we have to understand, Jay, is that you are good enough. The only person who, if somebody tells you that you're not good enough, that's one of the biggest lies because you are good enough. God didn't make any mess or mistakes or junk or God didn't make nothing that was less than. You're good enough. You're good enough to be who you are, to achieve your goals, that your dreams. You're good enough. It's all about how you think. Because how you think is how you live. So if you're telling yourself, I'm not good enough, then you're planting that seed in your head. You're planting that thought in your head. So if you look at the other video I did about Spirit saying shift the way you think, change the way you think by thinking more positive. Look at things in a more positive, at a more positive perspective, because you're looking at it different. Jay said, my only fear is I'm not good enough, besides that I fear nothing. Well, if you fear nothing, Jay, then fear this. Fear not this, that you are good enough. You're good enough. That's huge within itself for you not to fear anything. We all have fears, though. We all have fears. But if you're saying that you fear nothing, then fear not that you're good enough, because you are good enough. You can achieve whatever goals you want if you change the way you think. You can be happy if you change the way you think. You can live out your life full of joy if you change the way you think. So we know most of us think we're not good enough. Most of us. Because of things that we have experienced in our life, or people telling us that we're not good enough, or situations that we have been in that make us feel like we're inferior or not good enough. But that's the biggest false lie. You're good enough. You're good enough. And you need to tell yourself that you're good enough. That's why I said my first affirmation I said was, I'm good enough. You're good enough. You didn't come to this channel, Jay, for no. It wasn't a coincidence. Nothing in life is a coincidence. It's it's divinely guided. Even our experiences, because it's all about us growing. And the way we grow is to change the way we think, to love ourselves. Love the birds. Birds, you think about birds. Birds don't chirp at night. They chirp in the daytime when they're up and at it. When they wake up, they singing. And the beautiful sounds that birds make in the morning time. It's like waking us up and letting us know to have joy, to have peace. One of my videos was talking about listening to music. The sound of birds. Music is sound. So the sound of birds is joy. So for any of us to think that we're not good enough, Spirit wants us to be committed to raising our vibration, lifting up our spirit, and believing and loving ourselves. It's a commitment. It's an affirmation that we're going to change, that we're going to believe and love ourselves more. Each and every one of us are individuals. We're different people. Can you imagine if the world was, everybody was the same? How boring would that be? I mean, think about it. We're all different individuals, as we should be. We all learn things differently. No, don't live your life by a timeline, Jay, because when you live your life on a timeline constantly, I gotta have this at this time, I gotta be this or that way. You can drive yourself crazy because that timeline may not be where you're supposed to be. Jay says, my path is God. Spiritual journey, you walk that path and walk that path of living with love. That's all about God. God is all love, all love. And there's where we should be. In that light, that light is up here. In that light, you love yourself, you feel good enough, you're happy, you're at peace, you're filled with joy, you're grateful. There is where you live, where God lives. Not down in the negative. Because when you're living in the negative and you feel you're not good enough, that's a negative. So shift that thinking and say, I am good enough. Because you are. You are perfect just the way you are. All you are doing is growing. When we are born into this life that we live in, we're just growing. We're just learning. As a baby, you come out, you don't know anything, you don't know how to walk, don't know how to talk, but you learn, you grow. And as long as we're living, that's all we're doing is learning. So yes, you are good enough. Because you're just learning. You're learning to be better and do better and feel better. You're learning how to be happy instead of sad. You're learning to forgive yourself, forgive others, because sometimes we don't forgive ourselves because we might do something that's not right, and we don't forgive ourselves for it. But forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Because we all make mistakes. There's no such thing as people who don't make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We're imperfect. So we're here as human beings to learn. Jay said sound is a vibration. Sound is a vibration. Our whole entire existence is energy and vibration. So when you think positive and feel positive and live in that positive mindset, you're sending out positive energy, positive vibration. So then it can come back to you. How you think is how you live. That is so important for us to know. When you send out negative energy and you meet someone who's negative, you're meeting someone who's just like you. You ever thought about that? The people you're around sometimes, how you have similar behaviors. And sometimes people are in denial about that and say, I don't like this person. But if you really look at it, that person is a lot like you because you pulled that energy in. You pulled that person to you. Energy and vibration is epic. That's why we have to be in that positive mindset, send out that positive energy, uplift our spirit. And that's what this channel is all about, uplifting our spirit so we can believe in ourselves, so we can say and know and believe and commit to working on loving who we really are and releasing our souls from that bondage of feeling like we're not good enough when we are. So you're good enough, Jay. You're good enough. Trust and believe you're good enough. And you need to plant that mindset in your head. God is love. God is love. And God is all about being good enough. God is not going to tell you you're not good enough. That's us. So you have to be committed. Committed. Commitment to raising your vibration and your energy. Love is life. That's what Jay is saying. Love is life. Love is life. You have a very positive energy, Jay. You have very positive energy. And the words that you are saying is, it uplifts my spirit, so it should uplift yours. So never say or work towards not saying I'm not good enough. Because you are. You're just a child. And I like to put this in perspective this way sometimes because when you're a child or even an adult and you're learning, you may not know what you're doing while you're learning, but once you get educated on it, once you see what's right, once you get smarter, because you're committing to it, you're committing to a spiritual journey of enlightenment, of raising your vibration and feeling good about yourself. Once you get to that point, there's nothing life can stop you from doing or having. That's good. Life is give and take. You have to give love to get love. But if you give it negative energy, you're going to get negative energy. So what do you want to put out? Positive energy. Positive mindset. Positive thinking. I'm going to ask Spirit to give me a prayer card. Can you please give me a prayer, Spirit, on commitment? What prayer do you have, Spirit? Thank you, Spirit, for all of your love and your guidance. Thank you for this message of commitment. We will work toward being more committed to our spiritual journey. We will work towards Spirit. We will work towards being more positive and staying more positive and believing that you are always there to support us. Peace and harmony. Thank you, Raguel, for surrounding my life in a harmonious life. So if you're committed to a spiritual journey of uplifting and enlightenment and loving yourself, you have to have that peace and harmony, commitment. Because when you sit in that, it means you're going to stand your ground and be committed to be more spiritual and to love yourself more. That takes peace and harmony. Because as you going through that journey and you have that peace and you have that harmony, you feel so much lighter because you feel like, okay, I don't have anything to worry about. Everything's going to be fine. I'm just going to go with the flow, baby steps, and be committed. Committed to living a better life. I'm going to read the extended version on this card. Extended message. Peace and harmony. Peace and harmony. Although that's very self-explanatory. Peace and harmony. Self-explanatory. A wave of harmony is being washed over your life right now. Please trust that the angels are here to help you receive any conflicts that have been disturbing your inner peace at this time. Take time to surrender to God and the angels any concerns you have about any conflicts or arguments and allow them to lovingly guide you to peace. So when you pray and ask for peace and harmony, believe it. Believe it. Believe in your prayer that Spirit will give you that peace. But you got to work. You got to do some work. You got to change the way you think, right? Right, Shay? Life is about choices we make. It is something hard to stay. Life is about choices that we make. So as Spirit is saying, be committed. Have commitment to the journey, your spiritual journey. The prayer that you want to ask for is peace and harmony. While you are on that journey, on that spiritual journey, while you are dealing with life, stay in that peace and that harmony as much as you possibly can. Because as Jay said, life is about choices we make. Life is about choices we make. And when you decide to change the way you think, because that's your choice, also change the way you want your energy to be, your vibration to be. You want that to be in peace and harmony. You don't want that conflict. Although we don't have that, Like I said, shift and be in that peace and harmony, and stay committed to that. Stay committed to that. To peace and harmony. Stay committed to peace. Peace. Right? Peace. Can't drive me nuts trying to figure out the card. Stay committed to that peace and harmony. It's all light. If you look at her, she's in light. She's surrounded by that light. And that light brings you peace and gives you that harmony. You know what I'm saying? That's what Spirit is saying. May sound simple, which is most of the time life is pretty simple if we change the way we think. It can be really simple. But My affirmation for you, um, I I am ready to open up my heart. I am ready to open up my heart. To open up my heart to love myself, to love God, and to love all others. And to know no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're going through, you're good enough. You're good enough. And that's what Spirit is saying. That's what Spirit is saying. I wish you all nothing but light and love and guidance to hear Spirit. The Spirit is talking to you, telling you you're good enough. Spirit is not going to tell you you're not good enough. Spirit is going to tell you you're good enough. That's our support. That's our guidance, that light that is within us. That's the one that you want to focus on and stay committed to. Please subscribe to this channel. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up and let me know you're here. Thank you, Jay, so much for your words of wisdom, because they were some words of wisdom. Jay said it's something hard to stay positive. There is a lot of negative energy this day. Oh yeah, there's a whole lot of negative energy. That's why you have to surround yourself with positive people, and you have to move away from that negative energy. Even things we watch on TV, this negative energy coming towards us, or when you sit quietly and you're away from that negativity, you feel so much better, because you got to give yourself that space to go within you, to listen to what your guides and angels and ancestors are telling you and guiding you. They're guiding you to that light, to that peace, to that joy. So yes, there's a lot of negative energy, Jay. There's a lot. A lot of fear falsely spread throughout society. Yes, there is a lot of fear. It's a lot. I used to watch politics sometimes. I had to stop watching it because it's too much. It's too much. So it's really about what you what energy you bring around you. It really is about what energy you bring around you. And you have to pray to push that negative energy away. And you have to believe in your mind good thoughts and not focus on those negative things, because the negative things will be here just like good things are here. Sometimes we forget that if we thinking so much about the negative that we forget all about the positive. There are some beautiful people in the world. I mean, some good, loving people in the world. Are there some negative people in the world? Yes, there's some dark, negative people in the world. And like she was saying previously, Jay, we have choices. That's one thing awesome about us, that we have choices. So we can choose who we want in our lives and who we don't. Some people don't have that choice, so it's a blessing when you do have that choice. Some people are, you know some of the crazy things that goes on in this world that keep people from being their best or living and being happy. But because we have that choice, We can choose to let that negative energy in or shut it out. That's why it's important to meditate or yoga or find ways to go within yourself, within who you are, that light, that love, and you just stay committed to it. That's why Spirit is saying that this message is important for all of us to hear. Stay committed to living in the light, to working towards living in light. When you get there, you still will be working towards living in the light. Because as long as we're here, we're learning. And there's nothing wrong with learning to be your best. Nothing wrong with that. What is Jason? My negative energy is... I can't see the rest. I gotta move my screen up. My negative energy is locked away. Commitment becomes a part of my life. It's like it drives me now. Faith, peace, love, but the most important is love. Thank you. Many blessings to you. Thank you too, Jay. God bless you and everyone who reads this. It was a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for coming in, Jay, and giving some positive, wise words. This is a channel. This is what we're here for, to give each other that support. So come on back, Jay, and come on back in the chat. Give us some affirmations. And remember, most of all, remember that you are good enough. Know that. You're good enough. I wish you all nothing but the best. Lots of happiness, lots of joy, lots of peace, and most of all, lots of love. And the affirmation I want to leave you with is, I am important. I am important. Because you are. You're very important. As we all are here to learn, we also give. You know, pay attention to how much you give and don't even realize you're giving. And what I mean by that is, a spiritual friend of mine told me one time, you don't know who's watching you and learning something from you. If you go to the store and just say, or anywhere, and just tell somebody hi, you don't know how much you gave that person just by saying hi. Hello. How are you? Can I help you? Smile at someone. You don't know how much you are giving someone just for that. I am important because you are. Thank you, Jay. You're important too. You're important too. So think about that. The smallest little things that we do, we don't realize how much we are giving or helping someone. I can think of a lot of different little things. But this video will probably be about 10 hours. But I wish you all happiness. I wish you all happiness and practice and practice and practice. And in order to strive to be your best self. It's a practice. It's a practice. Baby steps, baby steps. So take care. Take care, Jay. I will see you all soon. I'll probably be back tomorrow. Let's see what what else Spirit has to say. Don't forget to hit the like button. And when you look at this video, Write some affirmations in the comment section so we can support one another. That's what we're here for. So take care, everybody, and I will see you soon. I will see you soon. Bye, Jay.